All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking about real music and doing it in real time for a couple of real people out here, just like you and just like me. Maybe I should say, talking about real music for millions and millions of billions of people out there. Maybe I should do that, right? I take the humble approach, and maybe your people are taking it seriously, like, yeah, nobody watches this guy. So maybe I should say, for millions of people out there. But anyway, we've got a serious topic out there, and it continues to be a problem here in the United States and around the world. And this actually involves a Canadian singer from a very, I think, impressive band from the 1980s for the most part, although people would say 90s and beyond because they've kept going all this time. The band I'm talking about is Saga. Now, they've been ghosted here in the United States. People might remember On the Loose, the Worlds Apart album, which was really a huge album. And also the song Wind Him Up, which was a big deal, and another track called Amnesia. I mean, this is a good band. This is a very good band. And I don't know. They won't be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, that's for sure, but they are a very good band. So here's the story about the turbo cancer. So Michael Sadler, who is the lead singer for the band, was diagnosed with a rare form of aggressive cancer. The news of his health setback, yeah, there's some really creative writing, huh? It's just a health setback. No, it's a little more serious than that. Was broken on social media late Wednesday night. By the way, this is the kind of writing to say it was a health setback, which really disturbs me because we no longer care all that much. You would say something to the effect of the news of this very serious health issue was, I mean, if you're trying to downplay it and say, yeah, it's just a little setback. No, I think this is bigger than that. Anyway, this was broken on social media, of course, Wednesday night by the 70-year-old singer's wife, Gwen. Now, again, now you're seeing 70-year-olds, so you're thinking, in today's lingo, 70 is the new 106. So what do you expect, Dave? This is what his wife wrote. Dear all, Michael has asked me to share some important personal news with you. On September 5th, during a meeting with his doctor, Michael was informed that his diagnostic test confirmed a highly aggressive form of muscle invasive cancer. It is a rare type that occurs in only 3 to 5% of the cases. To protect his life, his doctor will be performing an urgent, high-risk, multi-organ open surgical procedure tomorrow. So today. So he's going to go under the knife today, multi-organ open surgical procedure. That sounds pretty scary to me. Due to how fast this has all developed, we regret to say that most of our extended family, close friends, and partners have not yet heard from us directly. We are sorry that you have to hear about this on social media, but we have no control over the timing of everything. Michael is, as you can imagine, very anxious, but also feeling guilty about being sick and not being able to handle his work, especially right now with the band and the upcoming shows. So these guys have shows booked in October. He is keenly aware of the expectations and wants to make sure he is well and ready. How about he just makes sure that he's still above ground? Who cares about the damn shows? All we can do at the moment is to keep him distracted, reassure him, and help him stay in a positive frame of mind during this difficult time. He's expected to be in the hospital for a couple of weeks with a shorter stay, ideally. So they're hoping he isn't going to be in there for 2 weeks. Michael and our family are deeply aware that he is just one of many worldwide currently facing this terrible disease and more. Is she alluding here to the fact that this seems to be a bit more out of control than it used to be? In fact, we have near and dear members of both families, get this, dealing with their own battles with cancer and other equally devastating diseases. Remember when RFK talked about the chronic disease epidemic in this country? Nobody really cares about that issue. They really care about abortion, apparently, but they don't care about the spike in just very aggressive disease, both in younger people and now, obviously, in older people. And let's just, take a look at the elephant in the room. What happened and what really happened up in Canada? I mean, it didn't happen that much less than it did here in the United States, but certainly Canada had a very aggressive program to make sure that everybody who was eligible, which was most of the population, were doing the protocol. We're taking the safe and effective product. And that's a fact. Now, is anyone anywhere going to draw any sort of conclusion based on what's happened the last 3 or 4 years? Of course not. Of course not. It's been independent media. It's been channels like this, by the way, that then get throttled back, even though I don't use any, shall we say, language that would give it away. I have been very careful on this platform not to say certain words that begin with V, right? And we all know what I'm talking about, but apparently this can't even be mentioned. Now, best thing to do is pray that this guy gets through this multi-organ operation. Pray. And even if you don't pray, just think about this and say to yourself, man, this is horrible. Now, 70, right, isn't that old. It now looks to be old based on all of these reports that you're hearing about people of that age and older, and they're suffering, and so-and-so dies at 77, and that's fine because, the life expectancy. Look, the life expectancy is an average because you got people that die younger and you have people that die older. So that's an average. So if when you get to 77, it shouldn't be like an automatic, okay, I'm done. That's it. You should shoot for 90. I would say at least shoot for 90. If you get to 90, that's a big deal. But we're behaving like, well, they're just old. That's what it is. So, and that's going to, by the way, that's going to make it more difficult that this guy is 70, battling what he's battling. If he were a younger person, like 30, this might be easier. But nobody is going to ask the question. When you see a headline, very aggressive cancer, and if you do your own research, which I know you're not supposed to. We were told 3 or 4 years ago not to do your own research. Don't follow anybody who is doing a ton of research like John Campbell. Don't follow him on YouTube. Don't even look at his channel because he's doing so much research, and you know what? He's the kind of guy you want to stay away from. And by the way, I'm being sarcastic if you didn't notice. So anyway, our thoughts and our prayers are with this guy. If you have a prayer list, seriously. And I don't know if the family is asking for prayers, but his name is Michael Sadler. Let me just scroll through this a little bit and see if they have any wishes here toward the end. They're going to keep him distracted. And I don't know, that's kind of interesting. Our dear friends and all who've been so supportive and kind to us during this time. So they're grateful for that. We kindly request that you refrain from sending Michael direct messages at this time. Thank you all so much for your support and understanding. With our warmest regards, Gwen Sadler. So warmest regards. So if that's what they want, warmest regards and thoughts. A lot of times today, you'll hear somebody say, my thoughts are with you. And my heart kind of sinks because I guess prayer isn't a tool that people use anymore. Prayer doesn't always change things, but sometimes it changes you for things. So in this situation where people need strength and they need hope, I think prayer offers a little bit of hope. So I think it would be a good idea. Anyway, turbo cancer, it just keeps going. And according to the media, they have no idea why this is happening.